It is time for our Mid-South Wrestling Review, and we're going to review episode 283, Mid-South Wrestling. This is in 1985. 1985, Rodney West, let's get started.
All right, it's February 6th, 1985, opens the program with Jim Ross and Joel Watts as they run down the show, and then we have our opening match. It is Buddy Landel against Brad Armstrong. Brent, what did you think about this one?
I liked the match, but did it not seem like Buddy Landel, didn't it just seem like he knew he was fixing to lose that match?
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling too.
I think the commentary is what got me. The commentary from now at this point, after weeks of kind of ignoring why he was the North American champion, now Jim Ross and Joel Watts now are praising him, are trying to talk him up after weeks of talking him down or acting like he's not even the ring, just sort of just the person holding the belt. And now they want to try to build him up in this one. That's what I noticed.
Yep, too little, too late.
And to me, they should have left it as is. They should have just kept talking him down, and so that when this type finish happens, because it was their commentary that led you to believe that Landel was losing this match. It wasn't anything Landel was doing. It wasn't anything that Brad was doing. It was the commentary of Jim Ross and of Joel Watts, which Jim Ross is notorious for telegraphing what was going to happen before it happened. I mean, he was, even back then, we always said, hey, he's about to telegraph this thing. He's telling everybody what's happening before it happens. And Bill Watts has been caught doing that too as well. But in the end, it's Brad Armstrong win, very unorthodox, if you will, as he goes for the cross body off the second rope. Buddy Landel catches him. He floats around and ends up with a sleeper hold, and it's over. Sleeper hold on Buddy Landel, Brad Armstrong winning and being praised for the first time since he's been there by Joel Watts and Jim Ross. Then match number 2. Then we come back with Joel and Jim, and they replay what happened between Iceman King Parsons from last weekend and the Ugandan giant Kamala, where Hercules Hernandez, dressed up as Friday, runs Iceman King Parsons into the post, and Kamala ends up winning that match. And of course, Kamala comes up and he's like, well, I know you're not the real Friday. Pulls off the mask as Hercules Hernandez. Replay that. Then match number 2 is the Ugandan giant warrior / Savage. I don't know how many more they're going to call him. This week it was the Ugandan warrior, it was the giant, and it was then the Savage. The only thing they got that was the same was Ugandan. Kamala against Tim Horner in that match. That was my email. So now, Jack, what did you think about this one?
I thought the match was good. I kind of hate to see Tim Horner with his talent level just being used as fodder, but the match was good. You know, it built Kamala, and that's what they were trying to do.
Brent?
I agree. I don't think I could add anything more to that.
In the end, it's Kamala with the splash to the back, and then he has to turn him over for the pin. It's Kamala, the Ugandan warrior / giant / savage in that one over Tim Horner. Then we go back with Jim and Joel, and they talk about last week with Ted DiBiase in the tuxedo getting ready for the Best Dressed Man contest. It's coming up, I do believe, on the next show of Mid-South Wrestling. Then we have of course, they recap the match. Ted DiBiase and Steve Dr. Death Williams against Terry Taylor and Jim Duggan. And, of course, that's when Landel came out. Of course, got involved in the match, and actually Landel's the one that lost the match. How he loses the match he never started. We're still unclear about that. But anyway, Landel ends up with the spear from Jim Duggan, gets beat in the middle. It's 1, 2, 3. Duggan and Taylor. In that, of course, next week they do talk about the Best Dressed Man contest between Ted DiBiase and Jim Duggan. I don't know if you noticed. We'll talk about the next match, and then I'll see if you noticed something about the crowd. Match number 3 was the new North American champion Ted DiBiase against Terry Daniels. Brent, what did you think about this one?
This match shows why Ted DiBiase should have been the world heavyweight champion. Yeah. He was making Terry Daniels. He's the only match I saw Terry Daniels ever have that was any good. Yeah. That match was tremendous. I love the way that he comes to the top rope. He misses, and then instead of DiBiase using his finish, he goes and does the Boston. It was the Boston Crab, wasn't it?
The Crab, yeah.
And to me, that just showed Ted DiBiase just the brilliance of knowing the psychology of the wrestling business.
Yep.
Yeah. Jack?
Oh, I agree. Not much to add to that. Not a Terry Daniels fan, so I'll just touch.
DiBiase really doing a great job, working extremely hard. The problem that I'll state it again. I've stated it before. The problem is that DiBiase by himself would have been fine, but it's the idea of Kamala and Akbar and the whole Devastation Incorporated rehash from 1982 and 83, doing it one more time.
Yeah.
That was DOA, and it leads to one of the worst crowds. They're worse, but down from the previous year. Superdome went from almost a record breaker down to almost 10,000 people. I mean, it cut it. I mean, went from 25,000 down to 10 with this match coming up. In the end, it's Ted DiBiase. Of course, Brent winning that one with the Boston Crab. My favorite match was the 6-man mixed, I guess, sized match. It was Jack Victory, Little Tokyo, and Lord Littlebrook against the Iceman, King Parson, Little Coco, and Cowboy Lang. Brent, what do you think about this one?
I love this match. This match was tremendous. Daniel, one of our supporters, which is watching us right now, he said he loved when our father Ron West does the spot where the little person runs over him, then runs back, and then Dad does the thing where he steps over him. Tremendous spot. I think the only time I actually seen the crowd respond during this whole television program.
Yes. This was the sign of the times, if you will. The crowd was flat, and I mean they're flat just about on everything. Yeah. And it's like I said, the sign of the times for sure. Yeah. In the end, it's the Iceman. Well, Jack Victory gets a knees. I think it was Little Coco in the back, and then it's the Iceman coming in there and gives the elbow drop. Of course, he throws Coco on Victory and then follows up with the elbow drop. Just tremendous. It's the Iceman, Little Coco, and Cowboy Lang, the winner of that one.
Hey, the double. This was we got to talk about this, but the double. Now my mind.
Back body drop.
Back body drop. Thank you. That was tremendous.
Yes, on Jack Victory.
Unrealistic in all possibilities.
Beautiful. That was beautiful, and you know what? It was different, and that's what made it. Jack, what did you think about that? We've left you out on that one.
Oh, I thought it was great. I did do a little research, and sadly, all of our micro guys have passed away now. But man, they were so good, and I thought this was showcased so well because it was entertaining. But they didn't show you everything that they're capable of doing either. They just highlighted some stuff, and so if you go to an arena to watch those guys, oh man, that was the high.
Yeah, well, he's frozen.
It was so high for Jack. He's even
froze him up. Yeah, Little Tokyo
in the action that there.
Yeah, y'all keep freezing on me too.
little Tokyo was he was my favorite. All that he really was. Match number 5.
By the way, booked all the micro wrestlers during that time.
Then we have match number 5. Really never gets started. It's supposed to be Jake the Snake Roberts and Sheik Hercules Hernandez against Jason Walker and Shawn Michaels until the Iceman King Parson comes out there with the strap and clears the ring. He gets a good pop on Hercules Hernandez, and that's the end of that. They leave the ring after that.
Hey, I honestly believe old Hernandez was a little bit ticked off on that one. What did y'all think?
I believe you're exactly right. And then a match that should have been, as they say, a main event in every arena across the nation, around the world, was Steve Dr. Death Williams against Jim Duggan. Jack, what did you think about this one?
I loved this match when it was over.
Brent, what did you think about this one?
Oh, this match was horrible. I would not have allowed this match to go. Hey, listen, I understand that Jim Duggan drew a lot of money there, but based on our look at wrestling, I'm not for sure Jim Duggan would have lasted with Ole Anderson.
The answer to that question is no, he would not have. He would not have. It was dismal. But this was all leading up to basically Steve Williams getting his own version of his own glove as he gets his arm wrapped around the turnbuckle on the outside of the ring with Jim Duggan. And, of course, then he puts I guess you call it a pad on his forearm from this moment on and then uses it to load up. That's the gimmick. And I just feel like it was repetitious of just DiBiase doing the glove, and now he's going to be doing the armband.
Hey, by the way, in this, I have to mention this though. Jim Duggan never believed that he was the greatest wrestler in the world either. So this just to make sure that he knew he wasn't the greatest wrestler in the world.
I'm glad he didn't. Okay, so then in the end, it's Jim Duggan winning with the spear over Steve Dr. Death Williams. Match number 7, Mid-South Television Championship on the line. Hector Guerrero against Terry Taylor, the Mid-South Television Champion. In the corner of Hector is Chavo, and again, just great action. Jack, what did you think about this one?
I have been a critic of them as a tag team, of the Guerrero brothers.
He's locked up on us. Technical, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm back now.
You're back.
The technical difficulties.
But I thought this singles match showed how great they are individually.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, Brent?
Yeah, I can't add no more to that. I thought it was, for what it was a great match.
Yeah, in the end, it's Chavo getting involved by tripping Terry Taylor after, and I think Hector distracted the referee just perfectly.
Yeah.
With that leapfrog, right from the leapfrog. Then he runs right to the referee and grabs him while Chavo does the leg pull. And then the Rock and Roll Express comes in after Chavo. And for whatever reason, it's Hector that is disqualified with the Rock and Roll Express down there. But anyway, it's Hector Guerrero disqualified. Terry Taylor retains the TV title. Of course, that sets up for the big match coming up next week on Mid-South Wrestling between the Rock and Roll Express and the Guerreros. Ends at the end of the show with the video of the Dirty White Boys as they're on the way to Mid-South as well. And that ends show 283.
That ends 283. We will be looking at 284 if it is available. Sometimes those are not available. So, but I believe this one is. I think 284 is available. If you're liking what we're watching, if you like, let's see if I get. If you like, give us the thumbs up. Maybe I should just say, give us the thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go one step further, hit that notification bell, and it'll let you know every time we upload a video. Plus the fact, if I stay away from the camera, it will not get blurry. So that is the one thing we have learned today. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next episode of Mid-South Wrestling.